Rejection is hard for all of us. There's a little bit of sting in it, or sometimes a lot of sting in it, but it's a part of life and just goes with building relationships with people. So it can be helpful to have a little bit of a rejection reframe that we're going to talk about in this video. Stacy Rocklein, and I'm on a mission to eradicate loneliness. And there is not much more lonely than being rejected. It can feel devastating, and at the minimum, at least like a little sting. There are small rejections that we do all the time in our relationships. Like, let's say you're really excited about something and you go to share it with the other person and they just kind of like blow you off, or they're not interested, or just ignore you or whatever. That's like a micro rejection that definitely hurts. And then there are big rejections where you don't get the job that you applied for, or you put yourself out there in a dating app and it just is like fail after fail. Or you have a terrible breakup, you get a divorce. Like, there are big rejections, there are small rejections, and there's all kinds of rejections in between. Right now, I am getting ready to enter a rejection season. I am looking for a literary agent, which means that I send out all these letters to potential agents, hoping they have interest in my manuscript. And it's just math. I'm going to get a lot of rejections. Now, as a coach, one thing that we do when we're gonna face a challenge is try to look for the ways that you might get stuck. And I know that if I don't think about how I'm gonna deal with rejection, that I'm gonna get possibly paralyzed in those moments, really defeated and maybe super stuck, and stop sending letters out. But this is a really important project to me, so I don't wanna get stuck there. So I've been thinking a lot about how am I going to deal with the rejections that are for sure coming. And this is something that you can use for all of your relationships when you're, career-wise, if you're putting yourself out there for a bunch of jobs, or let's say you're in sales and so you're out there offering things and people are going to say no, or you're in your personal life and you're inviting a new friend out to coffee, or you are on a dating app, there is going to be rejection. So this is the way I'm thinking about it, because I could go about this going, anybody, please, just anybody, say yes. I don't even care who it is. Like, I could do that, but I feel like that level of desperation would make every rejection hurt so much worse. So I'm thinking about it like a match. Now, I've talked about this sort of like the game of memory before, or the game of Go Fish, where you're trying to get a match, right? I have a 3, I want another 3. I can ask the other person, hey, do you have a 3? And they're like, nope, so not a good match. Or I play the game of memory where I pick up 2 cards, not a match. I don't get upset about it. I just move on to the next thing. And I am trying to think about this potential relationship between me and this literary agent that I hope is out there somewhere, as I need to be a really good match. We both need to be a really good match for each other. I hope it's a long relationship. I hope it has many future manuscripts. I want it to be somebody who's excited about my project, not just anybody to say yes. So when those rejections come in, and there will be a lot of them, they may all be rejections, right? At the end of the day, I might not get a literary agent. So should I let that stop me from trying? No, this is important to me. Just like finding a romantic partner might be important to you, or finding your perfect job might be important to you. So when those rejections roll in, I'm just going to think to myself, you know what? That wasn't the right match. They aren't excited about my project. I am going to have to assume it just wasn't going to be a happy union, and I'm going to move on to the next one. Because they're looking for me too. Just like your perfect employer is out there looking for you too. Your perfect partner is out there looking for you too. You don't want just good enough. You want that great, incredible, just like perfect, amazing match. And it's going to take us some rejections to get there. And that's perfectly okay. And I'm not saying that this is necessarily easy to do, because when you get a rejection, it does sting. And that's a very normal way to feel. I am sure I'm going to feel that way. I am sure there are going to be some days where I get multiple rejections in a day and it's going to feel hard. And that's okay, because I'm normal. I'm going for how fast can I move on to my reframe that wasn't the right match for me, and the next one's coming. That hopefulness that the next one's coming. And here's the thing. I have to believe that like Amazon, okay? Like, I'm going to believe that that person's out there. They're looking for me, just like I ordered a package on Amazon and it's coming. It's just not here yet. I can't be like, is it going to happen? Is it going to happen? Because that doesn't feel powerful enough. I'm going to go with I ordered it from the universe and it's coming for me, and the rejections that stand between now and when that person shows up are just a sign that they weren't a good match. And you can use this for the places in your life where you're stretching yourself, you're taking a risk, you have a relationship that you really want, romantic, friendship, career, whatever it is. Believe that it's out there for you, and that every rejection that stands between the moment you get it and right now is just not a good match. Hopefully this will help. Rejection is just a part of this life and this relationship building work. And so the faster we can move through that sting and get excited about the next match that's coming, the better off we'll be. Okay, I'll see you next time.